Hi, I'm Kristin Pelletier, founder of KP Consulting, where we help dentists reduce stress, increase profitability, and create a practice they love. And today I want to talk to you about a very important system in the practice, and that is the system for insurance receivables. So it's the system to make sure that we're getting paid for the work that we're doing by the insurance companies. And I see many variations of systems in the practices that I work with. And what I recommend is that you have a very specific protocol on how we handle insurance receivables so you can really, like clockwork, know that those claims are going to be paid in a timely manner, and that's not going to hinder your overall accounts receivable processes. So the first thing that is important is data entry. So you have to make sure that you have a team member that is skilled and understands what information is important to be in the computer when they're entering the patient's insurance information. How to know what group number or what plan number or where to put the information in the computer so there aren't any missing pieces of information that could potentially delay a claim. The second step is to have a protocol for your attachments. We know that insurance companies are going to make requests on certain types of procedures. So it's important to be prepared, whether it's an x-ray that you're going to send automatically, it could be a narrative, it could be periodontal charting, or any other supporting documentation that the insurance company might be asking for. And if you're not sure, if you're wondering, will they need an x-ray for this or a narrative, when in doubt, just send it, because it's better to oversend those supporting documents than to get a request 30 days later for the documents. The third step in having a solid insurance system is to send your claims. I am so surprised when I go into an office and I look into their batch or into their batch processor or whatever it's called in your software, and I see days and days worth of claims sitting there that haven't been sent yet. They haven't gotten to it. They're busy and they're working on other things. Those claims need to go out either the same day and at the very least the morning of the next day to ensure that we keep that cycle of revenue moving in our practice. So just sending the claim to the batch is not enough. It has to go out, and preferably electronically as soon as possible, but at the very least by the following morning, to make sure that we're not holding back that process of getting paid. The fourth step is to print your insurance aging report once a week and call any claims that are over 30 days. And it's important to stay on top of this weekly, because when you do, it's a manageable system that doesn't take a lot of time. It's easier to keep up with it than it is to play catch up. I've been in lots of offices that were playing catch up and they had 10, maybe more pages of past due claims, and it was a really big project and it took a lot of time to get through that. So keep up with it, work on it once a week. And then the last tip that I have for you is how to deal with the correspondence that you get and the requests that you get from insurance companies. Sometimes when you're opening the mail from insurance companies, they're not all checks. You have these requests for more information or a denial that you know the doctor would want to appeal. So maybe you need to do an appeal, or you need to send an x-ray, because we all know just because we send the requested information doesn't mean they're going to get it. And many times, unfortunately, you'll send it and they'll say that they didn't receive it and they'll ask you to send it again. So that stack that you might get every day of correspondence with requests, if at all possible, should be processed that same day, and again, if not, early the following day, so we can get them the information they need to keep that cycle moving. I recommend that your goal for the dollar amount of insurance that's over 90 days that's owed to you, the goal for that is 0. You don't want any claims over 90 days. You want that to be a 0 on your aging report, and very few in that 61 to 90 day range. We want to catch them very early in that cycle if they roll over that 30-day mark, and start proactively following up with those claims. I am in offices, and I'm surprised sometimes to see this, where their protocol for a past due claim is to refile it. And then we wait, and if we don't hear back from them, then we call. I don't think that's the best way to do it. What I recommend to do is to be more proactive in your approach to get those claims paid and in the practice just as soon as possible. So if a claim is 31 days past due, pick up the phone and let's call them. If they didn't get the claim the first time, let's not delay it further. Let's find out what's missing, did they receive it, or what do we need to do to keep things moving forward. And when you do this and your insurance receivables are healthy, then that makes it easier to manage your total receivables and your patient balances, because the systems really work together to keep the practice paid for the dentistry that you're providing. I hope this tip was helpful. For more practice management tips, visit my website, KristinPelletier.com.